Spiritual.
Rose! CSO. Rose, see me one. Strong. Throwback. Sniper. Sam Jones. True sound. True God. Shot. We are king.
Run them, run everywhere. Run them, run.
We are king.
Run them, run everywhere. Run them.
We are king. We rule over the. We are king. Everywhere. We are king. We rule over the. We are king. Everywhere.
You started from complaining, then I went to raining. You could always catch me blaming, till I started aiming at the top. Realized that I wasn't already there. Kinda aiming at myself, now my vision's so clear. I'm on top. Vision so clear, never stop. So do more than stay, but I'm on your block. Guaranteed to take you there up to the top. And if I fall, I still land on the top.
Yeah, don't worry about when the paper be coming. It's a kind of flexing only King Solomon be pulling. The high balling only King James be understanding. The kind of revenues all expert has been making, I'm climbing the ladder of greatness so strong. Holy Ghost dependent, man, I can't go wrong. Yeah, I'm kinging. I don't do the ringing. Grace is not fair. I'm taking over territories others want in there.
Run them, run everywhere. Run them, run.
We are king.
Run them, run everywhere. Run them.
We are king. We rule over the. We are king. Everywhere. We are king.
Bro,
We are king.
listen up, word.
Yeah, I'm kinging, King Kong, ringing, ding dong, louder in your ears without speaking. Desire to inspire you, and that's why I'm leaving. Dedicating all he put to me and pouring out I'm giving. So you got to listen. Take the opinion, break the prison. Need no permission. Die to self and then you're leaving. In Christ the reason. Sacrifice your life to please him. Then he'll place you on the throne and crown your head. Now you're kinging.
Plaka, 21 guns, Protect, straight up king, ain't no Mufasa. I'm all pie, Superman in my rear view. On angelic wings, no Bellevue. My life's like a gym, the way things are working up. Jesus Christ, there were blood, that's why I'm standing up. His spirit lives in me, man, none can run me out. With my old clique, Protect, signing out.
Run them, run everywhere. Run them, run.
We are king.
Run them, run everywhere. Run them.
We are king. We rule over the. We are king. Everywhere. We are king. We rule over the. We are king. Everywhere.
Bright clouds in my memory. Made it out the ghetto, now I got praises in my melody. Who would have thought we're chasing devils like it's Halloween? Flex monsters by the spirit, no adrenaline. Two-edged flows like a sword, every syllable. To the back of your minds like immigrants in Senegal. Holy Ghost gang, secular rappers doing backstrokes. No apologies, living a king, cause I'm a touch.
Young ruler, living presidential. Never worry that I'm on the top, it's essential. I'm flourishing, my root is by the rivers, no Caribbean. You can tell I'm free from the flesh, vegetarian. I'm moving higher, I am elevating. I've gone beyond walking on waters, I'm levitating. I asked the mirror, the word, it told me that Sam Jams, you're the greatest of them all.
We are king.
Run them, run everywhere. Run them, run.
We are king.
Run them, run everywhere. Run them.
We are king. We rule over the. We are king. Everywhere. We are king. We rule over the. We are king. Everywhere.
Vision so clear, we're reigning already at the top. We're not aiming for the top. Burning with a zeal to inspire. Watch us as we burn now. We on fire, my oh my. In this kingdom we don't retire. Kingdom, nations comply. Chicago say we are kinging from high.
On my right, on my left, I'm kinging everywhere. North, east, southwest, raining everywhere. Let your fire burn, only bright lights up in here. Got the Holy Ghost, that's why I'm shining every day. We are kinging, we are champions. Raining, more than conquerors. Lights, seeing lights everywhere. I see you lights, shining bright everywhere.
We are kinging. God has lifted us far above the earth. We are ruling.
God everywhere.
Me just crump on me head, sit down on me throne, catch up on me radar, red hood. Now we fling down the road like a slow to your chase. We not give a leg up like we just a rain. Lick one shot for the kings, lick two shot for the kings and the queens of the. Light up the city, the toughest we place. His press from we live and give the command. Yeah, king, yeah.
We rule about it. We are king, yeah. Everywhere. We are king, yeah. We rule about it. We are king, yeah. Everywhere.
Correct. Church boy Samson. Your heart is heavy. You're feeling weary. Just hold on tight. Our God is here. He sees your heart. He'll make it right. Oko sisi neme mao. True good in song. He'll never let you down. He knows your pain. He'll send down the rain. My God will never fail.
Samson, God of the heaven, God of the earth, King of the spirits, God of my life. Oh, our God is your voice will sound like many waters. You're more than my mind can ever understand. Oh, yeah. Some trust in chariots, some in horses, but we will trust in the name of our God. More than the silver and the gold, you're more than everything that I'll ever desire.
He's the Rukeme when I run in shame. He's the Rukeme. He's the Rukeme when all hope is lost. He's the Rukeme. Jehovah is the Rukeme. Oh, no, my God. He's the Rukeme.
I want for nothing more. You're more than enough for me.
Ojijiji my baba. Iworo mori adúlé.
You're my sufficiency.
Amen. Oh yeah.
Alright, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, my name is Omoje So Alfred, and this is Katalambano with the boss of all bosses. And of course, we have Apostle right there with us on set. Apostle, how's everything, sir?
Thank you, Omojesu. The Lord bless you.
I know, Lord bless you too. Last week we literally looked at youth and violence. All right, and of course, you told us, coach, you said that if the parents should bring up their child in the way of the Lord, all right, and at a certain stage, the government needs to take over by providing for the young ones, for the youth, that the responsibility is from the parents and also the government. But this week we are looking at youth responsibility. Now, did these young people has responsibility? Because according to what you said last week, you said is actually you made us feel that it's just the hands of the parents and the government and leaving the subject which are the youth out of it. So the youth has a responsibility. That is what we want to look at. And first of all, we need to also tell us who are the youth. And when we say youth, we don't know the age rate. So we're thinking everybody is youth. So who are these people we're talking about? Then also, what are their responsibility if there is any?
Thank you, Amajesu. The youth, like even last week, I made mention of it that we don't have a specific age bracket where we can say these are the youth.
Okay.
But rather, it has to do with the long range.
Okay.
What said from adolescence, when the child is 18, they say it's an adult.
Yeah.
So you start from that level, and then in the government perspective, up to the age of 60s, they said they are still youths.
Oh,
so
okay.
yes, in so many countries cut across the world.
All right.
Now the 60, they say they are still youth. So specifically, we look at the youth when we come to agroeconomical definition or economical definition or geographical. We look at the youth as a labor force.
Okay.
The people that are energetic to produce day-to-day activities in exchange or result for currency, for money. So once they are energetic and they be able to do this, we look at that as the youth, and the youth are the labor force. And that's why in some country you talk about retirement age to be 60, 62, like France just raised their retirement age to be 64. So those productive age is what they look at youth. That's why I said the youth are the labor force of every organization, of every government, of every family, of every country. That is the youth. And like you rightly said, last week, when we look at this, yes, I put the blame or I portion the blame to parents and the government. When we look at the government, we're looking at the society. Yes, the blame is supposed to be a triangulation. It's supposed to be a triangle where you talk about the youth the responsibility, the parent responsibility, and the government responsibility. That's what it ought to be. But I technically exonerated the youth out of it, because if you do not give a person a responsibility, you will not be expected the person to carry out such. So the youth has not been given a responsibility. Because you cannot get what you don't, you can't give what you don't have. They must first of all have it. Like we said, that Proverbs 22:6 says, train up a child in the way he or she should grow, and when he's old, and when he's old. So when he's a youth, he will not depart from it. But we didn't give them this responsibility. We didn't train up this. Like if you watch presently in the society, you find out that, yeah, the children are still ready to learn, but where are the parents to teach them? The parents are not there to teach them, sincerely speaking. So what would they learn when the parents themselves are not decent? They are also not decent. So we didn't give the youth anything. That's like, if you permit me to say to talk, I'll keep talking on this, because in those days when our parents, when they went to school, as you are graduating, you have an apartment attached to you and a car attached to you. Where are those ones now for the youth?
Right.
You understand? You understand? And a driver attached with a car and an apartment, where are they? So even now, you even struggle and you graduated. And you know, the Bible said in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4, it said, fathers, provoke not your children to anger.
All right.
But rather, bring them up in a nurture and admonition of the Lord. So, when you talk about protest, violence cannot come without protest. And this protest comes as a result of one arousing a feeling to cause a negative action. So it is the parent, the government, that has provoked this youth to do that. Yes, I'm not here to speak for the youth, but I'm only saying what is right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, before we go into more detail of our topic for today, I would like to go on a very short break. So go nowhere. I'll be right back shortly. Don't forget, this is Katalambano, and today we are looking at the responsibility of a youth. Okay, but I'll be right back shortly after the break. So go nowhere.
you looking for a premium service? Then Swag TV International is the right place for you to be. Our services are promotion of gospel videos, photo shoots, red carpets, event coverage, live interviews, advert placements, TV programs, and videography training. We provide you the best services you can ever think of. You can locate us at 19A Old Aba Road, opposite St. Michael's Primary School, Rumomasi, Port Harcourt, or call 0808 112 3481 or 0706 488 4102. Visit us on Facebook at Swag TV International or Instagram at Swag TV_International. Swag TV International, redefining entertainment and giving back to the nation.
Regardless of the words you're telling me that the sky is my limit, I know that I can reach for the stars. I may live in my emotions and you may scrutinize my expression, but I will make every moment count. I will claw, punch and kick my way to every barrier that leads to the top, because I know that I can break a nail. I am more than what you see. I am more than entertainment. I am Swag TV, giving back to the nation.
Now, welcome back from the break. Don't forget, this is Katalambano, and of course, we have Apostle right there with us on set. Now, before we went on the break, Apostle was literally seen giving the blame to the government and also to the parents. Now, he said something striking. He said, in those days, that is, in their own days, when you graduate from school, they will hand over you a car and also
not in our days. We had and we met and we saw. We didn't benefit it.
Okay. You didn't benefit from it. All right. So he said that you're going to be given a car, then with an apartment to start up. But does that mean, since we're not getting that benefit anymore, does that mean that youth does not have the responsibility? Now, we found ourselves in this condition, and we cannot just, we always want to find something out, or find a way out from the situation. So at this point, do the youth seem fold their hands since this luxury is no more coming? Should they fold their hands and cause violence, all in the name of the government and our parents put us in this situation? And you also said something. You also said that nobody is there to teach them anymore, so nothing to learn, and they just go ahead doing what they want to do. First of all, who is to teach them? You said it last time, okay, and you're saying nobody is to teach them. So how would they not learn? Okay, so how would you advise them to learn, and how would you advise them to take charge of their responsibility?
Now, like, the Bible said in Proverbs 22:6, I said, let the parents train up the child in the way they should grow.
Okay.
Now, in the course of the parents taking care of the child, the government comes in intermittently till they finally take control.
Okay.
Now, how did they come? From primary, the government provide a good school, provide social amenities, good roads, water, housing, and all the rest. So the children now are being kept under a conducive rotational value system. But in these days, you find out that even some parents don't even have money to send their children to school, to even primary school. Why? Because the government has failed in that aspect, leaving it entirely in the hands of the parents, which is not possible for some. Also, in the secondary school system, I find out that also the same primary secondary school, the government comes in to say there's a meal subsidy and all the rest. But you find out that all those things are not there anymore. As I said, it is what we give to the children is what they are replicating. The violence you see is what we give to them. Okay, for instance, you now hardly see how many parents that dress decently. You ask yourself, that's why I said, the children are ready to learn, but the parents are not there to teach them. Because what you don't practice, you can't teach. Because most things, when we went to school, they told us that, yes, some percentage of learning comes through hearing and some percentage through seeing.
Okay.
You understand? So what they are seeing is not what they are hearing. That's the truth. So many parents today, they also in their homes, they do a lot of fraud system. A lot of fraud system. When you are in the house, your father goes to bed Niger and comes back every day. So what is it teaching you? Is it teaching you hard work? No. It's teaching you a negative format in pursuing fun. Even in the Bible and in the Quran, it said gambling, it said betting is a sin before God. The Quran and Christianity disqualifies it. You see your father playing bet Niger, and something like those, they go to play in the pool office. Now, let's just look, for instance, they just concluded the election. You understand? Now, what are the government teaching the youth? You brought out the system, and I said this system is going to be an automatic system. As you are voting, you are seeing it being displayed. But that is not what they see. When Ephesians 6 verse 4 says, provoke not your children to anger. What is he saying? Don't promise them what you know you won't give them. Don't promise them what you know you cannot afford. Because after promising the child and you can't afford it, then it keeps the child in a different perspective. It now arouses anger, stimulates anger in the child, and protests come. And in the protest, say, in the course of protest, something might happen. And say, the child is violatic. This is a violent child. No, but you cause it. You see, where an election is being, and we see a different result in the world, and in the national level, you are seeing a different thing. So what is the government giving to this? The government is sowing violence in the youth. They are sowing discord, they are sowing protest, because the only way the youth can fight for it, yes, they don't have the armory that the government has. They don't have the weapon that the government has, but they can come out for a protest. Protest is not a sin. Telling someone, I don't like this, is not a sin. What he is saying is that, yes, this, what you promised is not what you gave me. You can't promise your child that, please, when you finish, you're able to finish that farmland, one plot of land, when you're able to finish it, I'm going to buy you a good wristwatch. And your child took time to go and finish farming on the one plot of land, and only for you to come and start deceiving him, postponing him. No, the child will be angry. So don't provoke your children to anger. So the youth, yes, will have blamed them 100% if the parents had played their part. If the government had played their part, yes, then the youth will have no onus, but to give what was given to them. But in this scenario, what the parents are giving to the children is negative. What the government is giving is negative. So the children are only producing, it's like a computer system, input and output. The youth are only outputting what the parent and government has inputted into them.
Okay, now before we answer, to give us a little summary of the topic today, we want to find out. So now that we are at this point where we are now, what is the remedy?
Yes. Now you ask me a technical question and a good one. What is the remedy? You can't destroy your father's house because your father is not friendly to you or your father is problematic to you. Because if you destroy your father's house, you know that you are the next one after his era or tenure that will be in charge of that house. So what you ask is, yes, the youth should not look at what the government is doing or the parents and follow them to start destroying things in the society. Because those things that are destroying belongs to them in the future, that want to run the future. So let us not follow the government. He said, James 4:17, he said, ye will know what is right and does not do it is a sin unto you. So this youth who knows what is right, let them do what is right, not minding that they didn't get such from the government and from their parents.
So since they didn't, how would they know what is right? Because now you said something, you said that the parents are not there to teach them the right thing. You use an example of a father that is playing pool and go to play Bet Ninja, and of course your son is seeing you that you're playing Bet Ninja, and your son also wants to grow up to become the same Bet Ninja superstar and the rest. And now you're saying that they should do what is right. How do they know? How will they know what is right? What's the right thing to do? They're answering, okay, what's the right thing? What should I do now? I found myself in this point. What should I do? And you say, okay, go and do the right thing. What is the right thing?
Thank you. Now, you see, Abraham's father happens to be a Juju worshipper. But when God called him and he went out, he didn't continue in the way of his father. Because he knows what is right. Because Joshua said, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
Yeah.
So, meditating upon it day and night, he said, by so doing your way shall be prosperous and you shall have a success in all you do. So, as I said, let you not follow them. Let the youth, the Christians, hearken to the Bible. Let the Muslims hearken to their Quran. Because in the Quran, in the Bible, it is the part of God that teaches you. So let them hold on to their Bible and check this. So it says, search the scriptures. The scripture is profitable for reproof, for correction, and admonition to furnish the man of God unto all good works. So the scripture will furnish them. They will see what to do, which is right from the word of God, and let them follow suit. You know, the golden rule, do unto others what you like others to do unto you. So what they know is good for them, let them replicate same to others, and it will spread in the society like a viral.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to actually say thank you to Apostle. You know, when you have a father that keeps you in the word every Friday morning, you can't afford to stop appreciating him, because the only way for us to get more is for us to keep appreciating him. But Apostle, before you leave, I will want you to give us a little bit summary of what you've talked about, and also give us a clue on how we can worship with you, those in River State and those outside River State. How can they get connected to you, sir?
Yes, we are a Touch from God Ministries, number 7 Minishinda Street, Elimbu, Port Harcourt. Our days of services are Tuesdays from the morning hours, 8 a.m. to 12 noon is our fasting period. And from 12 noon to 4 p.m. is our counseling time. And we have every Friday and evening with the Lord from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. with an exception for second and last Friday of every month. That happens to be a night with God. It's a tarry night, a vigil night. Come expectant. It's an extraordinary night. Your presence, you will not go back the same way you came. And our Sunday services are gracious services. The first is 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And the second, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Come and you won't go back the same. And you can follow us on our Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, on Touch TV. The Lord bless you as you come. The Lord bless you.
Of course, the Lord bless you, Apostle. We really want to say thank you. These are things that we cannot take for granted at all. We really want to say thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, next week we are definitely going to be looking at who is a friend. Who is a friend? Okay, sometimes people always say, oh, don't trust your friend, don't trust anybody, don't trust anybody. Now, the same persons will tell you, okay, when you're going to challenges, just look for somebody to talk to, look for a friend to talk to. And sometimes we say friends have betrayed a lot of us, and we say no, we don't want them anymore. But Apostle is going to be talking to us next week. Who is a friend? Who is a friend? And of course, I look forward to that episode where we're going to know who a friend really is. Until then, I want to say thank you for staying glued to your TV set. Don't forget, this is Katalambano. Don't forget to tell someone to tell the next person that Sunday is service, so they need to go to church, and they need to not just go in, but they need to ensure they go back home with something, with the word. Okay, and those of you from River State, feel free to worship alongside with Apostle on Sunday. My name is Omoj, so Alfred. I want to say bye for now.